political discussion. Okay, so before we proceed on the political discussion, there is a person in Japan, and he stands in front of Tokyo main railway station, and he does a protest. In the name of protest, he has banner "Stop Genocide at Gaza." His name is Mr. Yusuka Warsawa. Mr. Yusuka Warsawa. He is doing protest against genocide that is happening in Gaza in Japan, and that he is doing since October 2023, when Israel started attacking on the Palestinian people in Gaza. Since then he is doing. By profession he makes sets for the television show. If there is any television show is going on in Japan, prior to television show there will be set. Upon that set, that show will happen. So he make those sets. Mr. Yusuka uh, uh, Farsowa. So for more around 2 years, he is constantly on daily basis after finishing his work. He is going to the Tokyo railway station. In front of it, he is doing the protest. Okay, he has more than 170,000 supporters on Instagram, and people around the globe, if they come to Japan, they make sure that they go and meet Mr. Yusuka Osa, Mr. Yusua uh, Farsova, Mr. Yusuka Farsova. Okay, so many people around the globe now they are protesting against the genocide that is happening in Gaza Strip. Whatever Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu, the forced starvation, the way they are perpetrating in the Gaza Strip, that will be remembered for the ages. This much heinous crime has never been seen in the past history. At least I have never read it, never witnessed in any newspaper or any news also. This much heinous crime, forced starvation of children in Gaza Strip, when all around the Gaza Strip trucks are standing, trucks are parked to help the children, to help the everyone. Food material is there, milk is there, everything is there. But they have banned because they want to see people die in the Gaza Strip. Never ever. I remember that, but Changiz Khan and these people, they were kind of very brutal kind of people. They also never made any children starve like this. This is the first time that is being seen in the in this history or present time. President of United States and Prime Minister of Israel, they are involved into this kind of extremely rare of the rarest heinous crime. Anyway, where is ICC International Criminal Court against Donald Trump that everyone has to see now? ICC has put a arrest warrant against Benjamin Netanyahu and William Ruto of the Kenya and Vladimir Putin of the Russia. Then what about Donald Trump? Okay, people have to think about it anyway. Now 9th July is approaching now. What is 9th July? 9th July is a day that is 6 days from now. Around around 5th of the April, United States had declared that on the 5th of the April there will be a retaliatory taxes on all the country. Then announcement came that on the 9th of the April the retaliatory taxes on the country will be announced. Retaliatory taxes means every country around the globe, they put different taxes on the America. What America is charging on them, America is charging on them less taxes. Okay, whereas this country they charge more taxes on United States product. What I try to mean is that that till Joe Biden's government, the America generally it used to charge 2%, 3% import tariff on the product that was entering into America, irrespective of any country. Right now, European Union, more or less, they have made more than, I believe, 70% or 80% of the American product enter into Europe tax free. This is what the record is. European Union, they have made American product in the sentiments of NATO. European Union, they have made American products enter into Europe 70 or more than 80% of the product that is tariff free. In that, America had made around all the countries' product enter into America at merely 2%, 3% of the tariff, except a Chinese electric car that is charged at 100% tax. Chinese electric car. Because of these taxes and then tax credit, the Elon Musk Tesla car is booming in America. Otherwise, Xiaomi and this kind of company from China who are making electric car, they would kill Tesla in the America. Anyway, now from the 9th of the April, now it is coming in 9th of the July. More or less, it is 90 days now. So 9th July, America is set. So 9th of the April, rather than putting retaliatory taxes on each country, United States has made a list of each country where they will put retaliatory taxes. India charge around average on average. They charge more than 100% also on few items of America if they come inside India. But more or less on average, India charges 56% on the American product. Earlier, China used to charge 56% against China also. All country more or less they were charging more than 50% on the American product. The reason was American product were costly and they knew that the people who use American product they would be rich people. It doesn't mind if they give 100% tax also, and that's the reason every country was putting that more tariff on the American product that were imported into that country. When Donald Trump came into the picture, the debt on America is $36 trillion. Now, to override this debt, America is taking many measures, and one of them is import tariff, reciprocal or retaliatory import tariff on all the country. If India is charging 56%, then America announced 27% on the product that is entering into America from India. Okay. Then America announced 145% on the China. Anyway, later negotiation happened. Now Chinese product entry into America is 30% and American product entry into China is 10%. Okay. And China could, in this fashion, China could retain the Apple business in China in this fashion. When 10% it lowered down, then Apple, which had announced that it is going to shift all its business from China to India. Right now, it is on stall. It is stall. It is in halt condition. Anyway, now there is a 9th July is coming now, and in United States, it is now looking for the release of the retaliatory tax list again because on the 9th of the April, America put 10% retaliatory tax on all the country, and postponement of for 90 days was declared. For 90 days, it is postponed, and on the 9th of the July, list will be released. So against that list, Indian companies they have to pay 27% of the tariff. It will be 10% right now plus 27%, or altogether it will be 27%. That has to be seen. Anyway, now there is an unprecedented war that is going on between India and China. Unprecedented trade war that is seen between India and China. What is unprecedented trade war? Anyway, because of the unprecedented trade war, Chinese president he is not going to the Rio de Janeiro BRICS nation summit to tell India that means either you have to be with United States or you have to be the BRICS nation. You cannot be with America and BRICS nation. Vladimir Putin he is also avoiding going to the BRICS nation summit that is happening in Brazil. More or less, this is a wide or annulled summit of the BRICS nation 17 that is happening in Brazil. What is the war that is going on between India and China? Now, China has placed 10% import tariff on the American product. Means American companies they can invest in China openly now. Okay, they can invest or they can sell their product in China or to the Chinese company as a precursor. Then it only at 10% of the taxes. This is to attract the American company and this is to save the protect the Apple company to leave the China. Around 1 million employees are there in the Foxconn That company has taken contract from the Apple phone, 1 million employee, more or less, directly or indirectly. Earlier news was 5 million. Anyway, right now I am reading 1 million employees, very high amount of employee. China cannot lose 1 million employee in the Apple related business. So in that fashion, China reduced to 10%. Anyway, but Chinese product entering into America is 30%. If Apple is sending its accessories to China, then 10%, and getting back mobile back to the America, then 30%. 40% it has to pay. Anyway, now there are many scenarios here. Now, Indian Trade Minister Piyush Goyal, he was in America. And not only that, Indian Prime Minister went to G7 meeting and he wanted to discuss with the American president. Rather than when American president could not talk to him face to face, then he called him up. I mean, there is a big pressure that is going on to America to make the deal sealed, trade deal sealed with India and America. What is the trade deal here? The trade deal is that India would charge 0%. If China is charging 10% American product entering into China, then India would charge 0%. That was earlier 56%, 56% to 0%. Any American company, if he is selling product in India, 0% tariff, no tariff, only sales product you give, whatever GST, anyway, GST itself is 28%, but whatever it is, that's it. No need to give extra custom duty. In that fashion, it is going to kind of leverage, it is going to kind of make the life easy for all the companies who have invested in China, who have invested in Taiwan, who has invested in South Korea, who has invested in Southeastern Asia, Indonesia, Malaysia, these kind of countries, to shift it to India because tariff is 0%, and then assemble your work here or do whatever you want. If you are going back to the America with the assembled product, then India is in a heavy kind of someone can say bargaining with the America. Since we are making 0% import tariff for your product, make 0% you also, or 10%, 15% only. Means any, if Apple phone company, if they make the investment in India for the assemble phone assembly, then 0% inside India when they enter, and they do not sell it into India and then take it back to the America claiming this is made in India phone, then it will be 10% whatever America would charge. Only 10%. 0% 10%. Whereas with China it is 10% plus 30%, 40%. This is what India is saying. Anyway, America is in mood to put 27% tariff on India. So that will be more or less 30%, and that will be comparable to the China, that is 40%. Anyway, this is the one fight that is going on between India and China. India is eyeing upon all the companies, American companies invested into China to shift it to India. This is old news. This is what is going on. So India is in deal with the America. Final trade deal is in final stage, and China and Russia, they are completely opposing it. Especially Russia, when Russia is saying you cannot get S-400 and Su-53 and this kind of fighter jet from us if you go and involve with the America. Only one side. And to make it is more prompt, make visible, they are avoiding going to the SARC summit. There are another fix here. Okay, there are another fix here. What is another fix here? Another fix is Chinese companies' presence in Asia, especially in Asia and other part of the world. Their presence is more than Chinese product presence, Chinese companies' presence in Asia or worldwide. They are more than American presence or American companies' presence, especially in country like Vietnam, country like Cambodia, country like Taiwan, country like South Korea. These countries, Chinese companies, they have invested a lot. Now, this country, America is declaring 20% tariff on this country, especially Vietnam and Cambodia. If product is going from Vietnam and Cambodia into United States, then from 9th of the July, America is going to put 20% tariff on that. Okay, these countries more or less trade-wise, not political-wise, trade-wise, they belong to China. Means China has put a massive investment in this country, and these countries are earning a lot from the Chinese company. Now, Chinese company product from the Cambodia and Vietnam, if it enters into America, then it will enter at 20% tariff. Whereas if it enters from China, then it will enter at 30% tariff. So more or less company will invest in Vietnam and Cambodia, and from there they will ship it to the United States, saying it is kind of made in Taiwan, made in South Korea, made in Vietnam, made in Cambodia, and tariff will be less. Now Donald Trump, he has brought another section. Another section is called trans-shipping tariff. No one would have heard about this word called trans-shipping tariff. Now, trans-shipping tariff on Vietnam is 40%. What is trans-shipping tariff? Trans-shipping tariff means if any company, outsider company, if he has invested in Vietnam, making product out there, and then he is selling to America, it will be considered as trans-shipping product, not Vietnam product. What is Vietnam product? The product that is coming from Vietnam entering into the America, 60% in the product, it should have essence of Vietnam. Only 40% should have more less than should have essence of the foreign country. Then only it will be considered as made in Vietnam. Otherwise, it will be considered as trans-shipping product and tax will be 40%. This is controlling the China again. To control the China again, means Chinese products that are being manufactured in many of the countries. From that country, if the tariff is less when they enter into America, then America introducing new tax called trans-shipping tax, and tax will be double or something like that. Now, in that fashion, India is sweating again. India is saying that no, 60% is not valid. 60% is not valid. Means any product that is written as made in India and it is going to America, in that product, the essence of India means Indian investment is there. Indian people are working from the scratch. It is developed. That essence should be 60%. Okay, the manufacturing from the India, the Indian industry presence should be 60%. Only I'm sorry, 60% or 65%, something like that. Where India is still insisting for 35%, not 60%. Indian presence will be 35% and foreign presence will be 65%. And it will be written as made in India that you have to accept, and tariff will be low because India is charging 0%. Okay, what is going on here? This is the news in the newspaper. This is the news in the newspaper. What is going on here? War is not going on between India and I'm sorry, between US and China. War is not going on between US and India. War is going on between China and India. If Indian counterpart, if they are they are in touch with Howard Lutnick, Commerce Secretary, and Scott Bessent, Treasury Secretary. They are more or less they are touched in with these secretaries. Indian Industry Minister Piyush Goyal. If India is able to make America sign on this, that 35% if Indian presence is there in all the product that is entering into United States, then it is all right. It will be considered and trans-shipping tax will not be taken. In that fashion, it will open a scope for the Chinese company also. Now consider the Chinese company who are manufacturing product in China and shipping it to America, 30% tax. If they are making product in Taiwan and Cambodia, then 40% tax because trans-shipping tax will be deducted. But if you are manufacturing product in India and Chinese presence is only Indian presence in the product is 35% and 65% is Chinese product, means they will make the product 65% of the product in China itself, and then they will pass it to India or they will make product in the Vietnam and Cambodia very cheaply, and then they will pass it to India. Rest 35%, they, rest 30. I'm sorry, they will 65% they will make there cheaply, and rest 35% they will only make in India, and from India they will ship it to America, saying made in India. Okay, especially the mobile phones. It will be much cheaper than earlier. It was 3%, 4%. Because India is charging 0%. So America would charge 3%, 4%, 10% only. It will be in similar to that. This will be highly profitable. This way, China is going to lose a heavy business. Chinese company, American company, everyone will run toward India. Nothing to give when they enter into India, 0%. And then it goes to America, then it will be very low because India is charging 0%. And there won't be any trans-shipping charge when only 35% of Indian essence is required. 65% can be their home country or anywhere else. This is going to bring a heavy competition in the arena of trade now globally. China is extremely furious with India. Russia is extremely furious with India. You cannot do these kind of things when you are founding member of BRICS nation. Okay, so that side you are going to America, and this side you are coming to China and Russia. When BRICS summit happens, you come and stand on the dais and you shake hand. This will not work. Anyway, that is the scenario that is going on. Okay, so China is going to lose heavily in this fashion. What is beyond this news? This is the inference that we are talking. What is beyond this news? Beyond this news is China has given a strict warning. China has given a strict warning to the countries who are heavily benefited by the Chinese companies, like Vietnam, Taiwan, Cambodia, and South Korea. These countries are heavily benefited by the Chinese company. China has raised a warning that if you sign a trans-shipping contract with the America, we will take back our company. If you sign, because one announcement happens, America announces the retaliatory taxes and trans-shipping tax. There used to be something called secondary tariff earlier, or it is also there. America has put secondary tariff on Iran. Secondary tariff means any country who does the trade with Iran, he will face extra tariff. This is called secondary tariff on Iran. There is a new terminology that is coming as transshipping. So China has warned all the countries who are heavily benefited through Chinese companies. If you sign, so if America release this list, then there will be signature with their minister. Okay, we sign with whatever you are saying. China has warned all the country, if you sign this deal with the America, trans-shipping deal, then we will take back all our companies from your country. Then there is no question of trans-shipping at all. When our companies will not be there, what is the situation of trans-shipping? This is a threatening of China to all these countries like Vietnam, Cambodia, and Taiwan and South Korea. This is more or less a hint to India also, because Chinese companies, they are at least they are making the they are doing the Chinese mobile, they are doing assembly in the India. This is threatening to India also, that they will take back the product from the India, or they will make the Chinese product costly in India, because Indian people are heavily using Chinese product, especially in the electronic sector. If you buy Chinese transistor, NPN transistor or PNP transistor, it merely costs few paise per piece if you buy in bulk. If you buy same transistor from the American or European Union, probably it will cost you more than 10 rupees or something like that. It is 10 times cheaper. So they are threatening everyone like this. Anyway, we are in watch condition now what will happen. But there is something that is going on that will be surprising to everyone. And China and Russia, when they are avoiding BRICS nation, India is in tremendous pressure now, because India now, not earlier, not 2 years back, India now is under a tremendous pressure from Indian people only to go with the Russia, because of S-400 kind of anti-missile system and Su, I believe 53, this kind of fighter jets, because any time war can broke between India and Pakistan has set of Chinese Chinese missile. Those are Babar, Humayun, I don't know, whatever it is. So these are Babar, and these were king in India only, but they have missile like Babar and Taimur and Abdali, and then I don't know, I don't know, Nadir Shah. I don't know. These kind of these are painted. missile only from the China, but very dangerous, very dangerous. Okay, so Shaheen 2, that is 2,700 kilometer, it can hit ballistic missile. Okay, in that fashion, India is heavily dependent upon Russia now. India cannot survive without Russia now. Cannot survive. Physically cannot survive. I'm not talking about in business manner. Now we will see what is going to happen. India will go towards America where it want to survive in business fashion, or it will go towards Russia and China when it really want to survive. We will see it.